Hey, student, how are you? Welcome to our session on all three forms of linear equations. We've got our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, gives us the slope, and the point, the y-intercept. Point-slope form, we get a point on the line and the slope. And finally, standard form. We'll talk about graphing by finding the intercepts, x and y. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Starting with slope-intercept form. Let's take a look at how to graph the linear equation 1/2 x plus 5. The slope m is given to us. It is 1/2. We can go up 1 and to the right 2, or two negatives make a positive. You could go the other direction, which I've shown in some of my other videos. You could go down 1 and left 2. And 5 is our y-intercept. Y equals mx plus b. B is the y-intercept. This is our starting value. Let's start with the y-intercept. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y-intercept is on the y-axis. Y-intercept. Then we can use our slope and go up 1 and to the right 2 to get the second point on our line. Going the other way, we could go down 1 and left 2 to get another point on this line. And that is our slope-intercept form. Let me finish by graphing this line. There we go. Y equals 1/2 x plus 5. Slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Next, let's take a look at point slope form. Let's start by identifying, let's start by writing down an example. Let's take a look at y minus 4 equals 1/3 parentheses x plus 2. Point slope form of a linear equation. All right, let's start by identifying the slope of this line in point slope form. Point slope form, the slope m is the number to the left of the parentheses. Our slope is 1/3. Now let's identify the point. Since point slope form, the minus sign is part of the formula, I could rewrite point slope form as x minus -2. Now we can clearly see that the point is -2, comma, +4. The minus sign is part of our point slope form formula. An easier way to remember this is x and y are the opposite signs. So if you see x plus 2, your x value is minus 2. If you see y minus 4, your y value will be positive 4. To graph, we'll start with our point. -2, up 4. There's our point, -2, 4. And from that point, we'll use our slope, up 1 to the right 3, to get the next point on our line. Or we can go down 1 and left 3. And that is point-slope form of a linear equation. Last but not least, we'll take a look at standard form of a linear equation. Let's take a look at this standard form of a linear equation. When you see standard form, you should think intercepts. X and y intercepts. To find the x-intercept, we'll substitute 0 in for y. X-intercept, y is 0. And we'll solve for x. Our x-intercept is 6, 0. To find the y-intercept, we'll substitute 0 in for x. And our y-intercept is 0, 4. 2 points make a line, so we can graph the x-intercept on the x-axis, 6 to the right, and the y-intercept on the y-axis, up 4. And 2 points make a line. And that concludes our session on all 3 forms of linear equations. Thanks so much for joining our session, and I'll see you next time.